The people in power had gave it a reign to peace, and shit was next in line. I got a call from one of the okay, this is set up. Yeah. And I didn't see who it was. Right. You know, and I just said he wanted to talk to me. Okay. And if this person wanted to talk to me, right, you know, so it had to be for me. I never
delete those videos now. That's what Diddy allegedly told his bodyguard, moments after a night that would later become the cornerstone of the case against him. In court, that same bodyguard took the stand and dropped the bomb. His revelation sent a shockwave through the room. Within seconds, Diddy's legal team jumped to their feet, demanding a sidebar. The judge granted it, 20 minutes behind closed doors, but the damage was already done. The secret was out.
The scary part is that in certain circles, ordering pizza doesn't mean food. It's a way to describe arranging under-the-table deliveries of not-of-age workers, as if they're menu items.
I could have just kept my mouth closed. I didn't have to tell Miss Wallace nothing. I didn't have to say nothing to nobody. That's what people don't understand. I chose to. You understand? They want to make up the stories they want to make up. And that's what you get this internet. You got a lot of people making up stuff. But then when the stuff comes true, they look stupid, they don't say nothing.
He was the man who saw it all, and now he's finally speaking. Roger Davis, Diddy's former head of security, no longer looked like the imposing figure who once flanked hip-hop royalty. His voice was low, but his words hit like thunder. I was with Mr. Combs up to 18 hours a day. I saw everything. He said, eyes locked on the prosecutor, not his former boss. The courtroom tightened at that word. Everything. Davis confirmed he worked for Diddy from August 2015 to January 2023, the exact timeline prosecutors had struggled to piece together. And then came the date, March 13th, 2022. The moment Davis heard it, his demeanor changed. Shoulders squared, he turned and looked straight at Diddy. Yes, he said, I remember that night very clearly. He was ordered to initiate security. Protocol 7, a complete communication blackout. No phones, no cameras, no witnesses, just those already inside. Courtroom records revealed 6 text messages from Diddy to Davis the next morning. Need to see you now. Make sure everything from last night is gone. Davis met Diddy at 6:30 a.m. He was pacing, paranoid. So why testify now? The prosecutor asked. Davis inhaled deeply. He told me my family would pay if I ever talked. The room froze. Even Diddy went stone still. The defense objected again and again as Davis described the secret protocols and how they changed for certain unnamed VIP guests. Regulars went through security. VIPs didn't.
My reaction was, he's up to the same game. My reaction was, he never mentioned Cassie's name in that apology. So to me, he didn't humble himself enough. I think he said what people wanted to hear, not what he felt. That was just my opinion about it.
The actual level of violence has been very shocking to people. To watch any man do that to a woman, particularly a very high-profile man doing it in such brazen public manner in a public place like this, was even more shocking. That he had no compulsion about doing this where there may be cameras. Was that indicative of his general behavior towards women?
In my light, I would say yes. It didn't surprise me when I saw it, because I've seen things to this nature before. I've gotten in between things of this nature before. And this was back in 2012. As we heard, he came back to the hotel and he paid to get the footage, but didn't know, which Cassie said inside, her complaint that they gave her a copy of the footage also. You know what I'm saying? So when you go through life just paying your way out, I really feel like he wasn't sorry about that. Yeah, he might be sorry now. He's sorry that he got caught.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
And was that all with Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie, and I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother. I've seen them get physical. I've seen him get really physical, grab him up. There was one time that Cassie mentioned inside her lawsuit when she said she had to go over to the London hotel.
Applied to take drugs. Did you witness that?
Well, I definitely witnessed that. You know, drugs was a regular thing there for both of them, and I didn't have no idea that he was forcing her.
Then came the names. The courtroom reporter later described it as an earthquake. One juror covered her mouth, another visibly recoiled. These weren't background celebrities. These were Hollywood elites, household names, magazine regulars. Photos appeared on the courtroom screen, one by one. Mr. Davis, did this person attend? Yes. The early photos were expected. Celebrities from Diddy's usual crowd. Then came the turning point. A face flashed on screen. Davis hesitated. His lawyer gave a subtle nod. That person was on the VIP list, Davis said. He explained Diddy kept a second list, secret guests stored in his personal phone under code names. These weren't ordinary invitations. Text to them used coded. Phrases like catch up later or after party, messages that meant come after the cameras leave. Objections flew. The judge overruled. Davis continued. I escorted them through staff entrances, service elevators, underground garages. No photos, no records. Cameras were disabled. Security was coordinated. Only some guests signed NDAs. Davis described it as levels of secrecy. The more private the room, the fewer people knew what happened there. And when the prosecutor asked which VIPs had been unknowingly recorded, Davis named them: 3 major musicians, 2 famous actors, multiple social media stars. Diddy's mask finally cracked. His jaw clenched, his eyes widened. He leaned in and whispered to his lawyer.
I would say he's kind of funny to me, man. He's Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He was Jay-Z enough where he was trying to get Ja Rule to go with Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
I hope it's not the Bieber.
But if they're saying that the guy is young, he's an A-list, I can't think of any black people.
And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
The defense made one last desperate play. Strike the names, declare a mistrial. Denied. The judge ruled the names would remain on record, and by the next morning they'd be everywhere. But the real damage wasn't in the names. It was Davis's calm, unwavering tone as he described what those celebrities did behind closed doors, activities that matched the accusations Diddy had spent months denying. For years, Diddy maintained his public image with precision. Every claim, every lawsuit waved away as baseless. But now, that image was in pieces.
But the kid that's being shopped around, like Diddy and another male, they say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with, and there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy?
Then came the twist no one saw coming. Davis smiled faintly when asked about Diddy's home surveillance systems. It seemed like a routine question, until it wasn't. There were 24 cameras at the Miami house. 4 were in rooms guests didn't know were recorded, he said. After private gatherings, he was told to erase footage. I didn't, Davis confessed. I started saving clips in 2019 for my protection. Where were they now? In a safe deposit box in Atlanta. Videos from Miami, New York, and LA. Texts. Photos I was told to delete. Payment lists. His evidence of everything collection. He described a female artist in 2021 who pulled out her phone at a gathering. Mr. Combs grabbed her wrist hard, took her phone, made me destroy it, told her that was a $50,000 mistake. Phones were locked away in ID-tagged boxes. Anyone who violated that rule? Removed, blacklisted. In some cases, financially penalized under fake business pretexts. Then came the revelation about Diddy's renovations. In late 2019, soundproofing was added to 4 rooms in Miami. Same thing in LA and New York the following year. When a security company later said some footage was still backed up to the cloud, Diddy replaced the entire system overnight, paying triple for a setup with no external backups. But Davis had it all. The most damning piece? The payment list, code names, dates, and dollar amounts for services rendered. And they lined up exactly with the private gatherings. A former federal prosecutor sitting in the gallery whispered, "If even half of that's real, the defense is cooked." By the time Davis stepped down, Diddy looked completely changed. No more smirks, no more confidence. His lawyers weren't denying anything anymore. They were pivoting, trying to frame it all as consensual. But the tone in the courtroom had shifted. 7 years of secrets were now public record. And the prosecutors? They smelled blood. 3 more inner circle witnesses are expected next week. Word is, one of them has evidence even more explosive than Davis's.